So today we're diving into two Gen 4 paddles offered by Vatic Pro. This is the V-Sol Pro, this is the V-Sol Power. And they offer distinct characteristics, different feels. I've actually enjoyed both, and I wanted to do a video just to go over a little bit about the playing characteristics that I have seen. And also I know a lot of people are wondering, do I go with the Power or do I go with the Pro? And I've put some time on both of them. And I'm not going to say that one is better than the other because I think that'll be a disservice. I think they actually offer different feels. It depends what you're looking for. So I want to do a little video just to go over that. So let's start with the V-Sol Pro. So this paddle instantly reminded me of the boomstick or Quantas from a feel aspect. So I'm not saying this has the power of a boomstick. You can probably weight it up to get pretty close to it because it does come relatively light. I do have a little bit of weight here on the sides that I have added. This is only about, I would say 4 to 5 grams here on the side, on each side. It feels like a little bit more like a solid version of the Quanta in my opinion. It's very lively, very explosive, has that Gen 3-ish feel, so it has like good feedback if that's what you're looking for. It has noticeably higher pop compared to the Power in my opinion, so this feels a lot more at home at the kitchen. So when you're doing counters, speed ups, flicks, those kind of quick touch shots at the kitchen line, the ball really just comes off of this really quickly and you get that satisfying feedback and that kind of explosive sound, and not quite boomstick level sounds, but it's very similar that you get that nice crack sound when you really lay into the ball. So I would say this is more of a pop forward paddle. So if you like the feel of the boomstick, the Quantas, you would feel right at home here with the V-Sol Pro. So comparing to the V-Sol Power, so this is a lot more tame in terms of the pop department. This has a way more muted feel. So I feel like this is more like the traditional foam paddles, or like the True Foams, the Body Helix, Flick F1. Not saying that it's as powerful as that, but from a feel aspect, it has more of that muted foam feel. Not quite like that Gen 3 feel that the V-Sol Pro offers. So not saying that's a bad thing. I personally actually did not like the True Foams or the Body Helix F1 feel as much. I prefer that Gen 3 hollowish feel, but this actually really surprised me. I played really well with this, and I think it's because the power profile was a lot more linear and smooth. It wasn't as jumpy as the Pro, where the Pro has a lot more pop, so sometimes I felt the resets were kind of sailing a little bit far, or it felt like it was a little bit jumpy off the paddle. The Power is a lot more tame in that department. I feel like it's power over pop. It's a lot more linear, a lot more smooth, and you can really feel this on drives and serves in particular, where you feel that nice smooth linear power profile where you can really lay into it and not feel like it's going to trampoline off or launch off. So I did add only about 3 grams here, closer to the bottom shoulders here, just for stability's sake. But I didn't feel like it was lacking any power or anything. I feel like it was up there in the top tiers of paddle. Not like a boomstick or an F1 level, but just that nice, enough power, but still enough control. So a lot of comparisons also have been made to the Quantas. So a lot of people have been comparing the Quantas to the Vatic Pros just because they're at a similar price point. The V-Sol Pro has been compared to the Quantas. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that comparison. I actually prefer the Vatic Pro V-Sols versus the Quantas. And I think it just boils down to shape, in my opinion, and also the weight. So the Quantas come in super light. You have to weigh them up extremely heavy. I think 15 grams is usually what I have been seeing people adding, which is an insane amount of weight. This comes a little bit more reasonable in terms of the weight department. You still have definitely room to customize, so it comes light enough that you can definitely add weight, but it feels a little bit more solid in my opinion than the Quantas, and I think the shape is better. So Vatic offers 3 different distinct shapes. They offer the elongated, which is the V7, long handle and short handle versions. They offer the Flash, which is their hybrid, also long handle and short handle versions, and the Bloom, which is their standard shape, and that comes in a single handle length. The shapes are great. I love the Vatic Pro shapes. I've been playing with the Flash shape. I think my first paddle was the Prism, and I just fell in love with the Flash shape. I think it's a great shape. The handle is great. This is the long handle version. I love the handle length. I love the shape of it. It's just a great shape. So I've been really enjoying the V-Sols, especially the Power, which is really surprising to me. I still love the Pro, don't get me wrong. The V-Sol Pro, so don't get me wrong, this is still a great paddle. It has that great pop, it has that great explosive characteristics, but the power just really surprised me. I think I perform better with the power. I think that smoother linear power profile has been really good for my game. So yeah, these paddles are fantastic. They both feel great. They both offer a little bit of a different power profile, pop profile, and feel. So they are distinctly different, but they both perform excellent, in my opinion. They both spin very well. The grit is not amazing, so don't expect like a gritty sandpaper-like surface, but I still got great spin on this. I didn't have any problems generating spin. The touch and feel is good. Power is up there, pop is up there. You're not going to feel like you need more power or more pop, in my opinion. These just sit in a very nice, controllable power space where you can customize it with weight if you want a little bit more power. So I think these are great paddles for the price. Vatic is always a great company as well. I have great experiences with them, and they just offer great paddles at great prices, so can definitely appreciate that, especially in the market conditions how they are now. So yeah, these have been my number 2 paddle actually. So I've been playing the Luz Inferno, which has been my favorite, and I'll do a review on that as well. But these Vatic V-Sols have been really surprising to me, and I always have them in my bag. They're my go-to second, especially the power. This is one that I take out if I have trouble with controlling pop, if I see that I'm sailing a bunch of things long. This really helps me dial that in with that reduced pop profile compared to other paddles that are on the market. Talk about value, because these paddles are $99 with code, which is a crazy bargain for the performance that you're getting out of these. I think you can get probably 85 to 90% of the performance out of these paddles than you can if you bought, let's say, a boomstick for upwards of $300, or the Yolas close to $300 as well. This is definitely a crazy deal if you're looking for a budget-friendly paddle, but still has that great top-tier performance. So yeah, thanks for watching. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you can. I really appreciate that. I'm going to do more reviews in the future. I'm just getting up and running. I have the RPM paddles, so I have the elongated and the wide body that I've been playing with, which have been great paddles. I have the Thrive Fury elongated that's heading my way. Super excited for that. I love the Thrive Fury hybrid, so the elongated is going to be really interesting for me because it does come in that lower swing weight. So I'm really excited for the Thrive Fury elongated as well. I'm going to do a video once I get that. Thanks everyone, and see you in the next one.